Come on in. Come on in. Come on, everybody. Come on, we got to talk. Whoo, God, dog. Me too, Herb. Me too. Oh my goodness, my blood pressure. Not even kidding. Golly. Come on in. Go get everybody. Tell them all to get in here. Let's talk about this game. Come on, y'all. Woo. How's everybody feeling? Tell me in the chat. Let me hear you. Be loud. Jeff is going to join us in a minute. So, what's up, Gage? Dude. Absolutely bonkers what we just saw. I got some thoughts on it. We're going to get there. Roll Tide, Gage. Edsy Dove, what a comeback, man. Absolutely. Whoo, golly. Greg, how you doing? Lewis, whoo. Amen, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we're going to talk about this game, man. Golly. I'm not kidding, guys. Like, look, they were towards the end of the game, around the start of the fourth quarter. I checked my blood pressure. For those of you who've been following for a long time, I got some health stuff going on. I checked my blood pressure, and I'm not kidding you. It was 150 over 102. That's not a joke. I was like, oh no, I need to go do something or I'm gonna die. I had to walk away for a minute. Dilly. Abso-friggin-lutely. Oh, Jay Walker, what's going on, man? Whew, that's right, Steven. You ain't kidding. Woo. I gave up hope there for a minute. I'm not going to lie. What about you guys? Just feel like, okay, that's it. It's over. Everything seemed to be going wrong. Nothing was going to bounce in Bama's favor. I got a dog here on my mic. Nothing was going to bounce in Bama's favor. Yeah, felt rough. Dude, yeah, I'll meet you there. We'll all meet you at his house. I'll bring the U-Haul. We'll get him packed up, get him out of town ASAP. ASAP. That offensive line struggled. They put it together towards the end of the game. I'll give them that. But South Carolina quit being so aggressive for some reason. Yeah, absolutely. God bless you, Kimberly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart. Me too, man. I can't do much more of this, but I got news for you. I think this is how the rest of the season is going to go. You look at Kalen DeBoer when he was at Washington, he was good. He was definitely good, but he, they weren't blowing folks out. So, I just kind of feel like this is what we're in for the rest of the year. So, anyway, thanks for joining. If you've never been here to a post-game show, it's a low-key affair. Obviously, everybody's feeling a wealth of emotions right now. However, Alabama gets the dub over in South Carolina on the road, 29-22, an absolute insane ending to this game. Everybody kind of knew this was going to be a tough one. I was thinking more towards, because everybody else was saying it was going to be a tough one, Alabama may go in there and just run away with it. I was wrong, absolutely wrong, which is okay. But yeah, so this definitely was a trap game, and Bama pulled it out in the end. And Steve, yeah, you're right. Everybody's going to get Alabama's best. That's just kind of the way it is. The student section was down there waiting to rush the field, and now they got to go home sad. So, Greg, I feel you, brother. I feel you. You take it easy, man. Kick those feet up and relax a little bit the rest of the evening, okay? Grudge watch somebody else. Hate watch LSU and A&M. So, yeah. That dude, no kidding. I told you, I had to have. I seriously, like, I checked my blood pressure because I was kind of lightheaded, and I was like, well, man, I gotta walk away. And so I walked away for a second, and of course, I kind of walk away and I go lay down, but I've got it on my phone where I can hear it, and I hear Joe Tessitore start getting loud. So I'm like, oh crap, something happened. So I pick it up. And sure enough, I see Tim Keenan down on the bottom of that pile. I'm like, all right, here we go. We're in business. So I think Alabama struggled mightily in this game for a couple of reasons. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball. Some of this, if you've watched the uploads I've been putting up all week, I talked about some of this. Some of it was turnovers. South Carolina is one of the best teams in the country about taking the ball away. In fact, They're plus 14 in taking the ball away. So is Alabama after tonight. However, they give the ball away more than Alabama does. And so actually, I think they're plus 13 now. But because they turned it over twice, I think, right? And Bama turned it over once. And so that was a big part of this game. The pass rush had me scared going into this one just because, dude, you could kind of see it on Alabama's body language towards the end of the Tennessee game. You could see it on Jeremy Bernard's face. They're wore out. They're tired all the way across the board. Everybody's exhausted. And I was worried about speed rushing. Alabama's tackles aren't the nimblest, especially on the right side. But Caden Proctor did not have a great game today. He got pretty embarrassed. But it didn't really matter where the pressure was coming from. It was felt to me like they were getting a tie. Ty had no time. And then defensively, South Carolina isn't a scrub defensively. Their offense has just been, really bad all season. But their offense has been bad because their offensive line has been pretty banged up. They got all those guys back today. So, yeah, take that as it is. And, of course, Lenore Sellers looks like Cam Newton. So it just I felt like it was going to be tough for about a half, and then I thought Alabama would kind of get their stuff together. Going in the second half, they didn't. We talked a lot during the week about that middle eight, the 4 minutes leading into the half and the 4 minutes coming out. Alabama didn't play well in that section of the game again. However, despite everything that happened, you get a W. A win's a win, especially on the road in an SEC environment. And then we get to go into the bye week. You've got a reeling LSU offense coming into Tuscaloosa, and then Oklahoma, who lost today to Ole Miss. Then Eastern Illinois. Alabama's next 3 games are in Bryant-Denny, and then they close out the season going on the road to Auburn, which we all know based off of what we saw today. If they're not minding their P's and Q's, that's going to be a tough one. Superfly, thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate you. If you guys want to donate, the link is right here in the chat. Or if you become a member, that would be awesome. If you don't want to do any of those, be sure to subscribe. Superfly says, I'm convinced Bama is a national championship team now, back against the wall. When we pull out the W, these are the teams that can go all the way. Yeah, dude, I think, okay. I don't disagree with you. I agree with you 100%. But I think for right now, based off of what just happened, because Alabama looked worse to me today than they did at FSU. I think we need to kind of pump the brakes on being concerned about playoff and Heisman's and this and that, and maybe just focus on the opponent. Not that we have anything to do with what really happens out on the field, but in some instances, what we put out there can potentially be read by players. Just my thoughts. That's something I always try to keep in mind. We don't have a huge following. You guys are fantastic, but there are a lot of players that follow what we're doing and stuff like that. So we don't want to, blow their heads up or anything like that. Also try to stay pretty positive during games, even when things are falling apart on social media for that reason. Some other accounts today did not, which is really disappointing because when you're a large account, even if you're a fan account, you're a large account and you're associating yourself with the University of Alabama. A lot of people don't understand that you're not associated with the university, and you're supposed to kind of uphold yourself to a little bit of a higher standard. So, but anyway, all that to say, yes, games like this, I mean, it builds national championship caliber teams. I agree with you on that. I'm just not ready to have that conversation anymore right now. Alabama's got 4 games left, 3 of which are at home. You get through those, then we'll start talking about a national championship. I think that hopefully this game will humble some folks on the team. I don't know what's going on. I've heard, this is pure speculation, okay? I've heard that guys like Lazio are out because of being sick. If that's true, maybe some of the other guys are feeling sluggish. I don't know, but the energy wasn't there most of this game. They needed something to kind of get them back into it. That Ty Simpson touchdown, which, by the way, again, I said we weren't going to talk about Heisman's, but if you want to talk about a Heisman moment, that drive down the field by Ty Simpson is probably it. Oh, did he? I didn't know that. Okay. All right. Maybe he's just a little dinged up. What's going on, Gage? All right. Thank you, Gage. It sounds like he was a little dinged up. He was sitting on a cooler with his foot propped up, came out of the locker room in uniform, but I don't think he played. Again, we're going into a bye week, man. I think the focus, obviously, you want to work to get better on the bye week, but at this point in the game, health is a real concern. And Alabama's got a lot of depth, but it's youth. It's a very young depth. So let's spend this bye week getting these guys kind of, back up to par. I agree with Steven here. Yeah, you could see it in the Tennessee game. Towards the end of that game, the guys looked tired. They look tired. Hats off to the defense today, though. The defense gave up a ton of yards, as they tend to do. They gave up 333 yards here to South Carolina, but you hold them to 22 points. Again, this is a terrible offense statistically on paper. However, this is an offense that got its starting offensive line back, of course, for Alabama, just like LSU is going to get their starting linebacker back for Alabama. Everybody's making sure their guys are healthy for the Bama game. But they only really broke on one play, and that was the big touchdown. You could kind of feel that one coming because Lenore Sellers had been running all over them. And they held this team to only 111 yards rushing on the ground. Alabama, on the other side of the ball, could not run the ball. Again, this is getting to be a humongous problem for the Tide. It's frustrating for me because you start getting late in the game and it's close and you're wondering why we're trying to run, why we're being so stubborn about running in the middle on first down. Why not just let Tide throw it? But a lot of what Tide does depends on there being a threat of a run, right? And South Carolina definitely played to stop the run. But Bama was able to move the ball on the ground when they needed to at the end of the game. Let's look at these numbers. Ty Simpson threw for 253. He did not turn the ball over in terms of interceptions. There was the strip sack. That's not necessarily on him, though. We can blame that on the offensive line. Alabama, once again, was outgained in total yardage and wins the game. There's a story there, I'm sure. South Carolina beat him in first downs. And here's what South Carolina did. South Carolina tried to flip the script. They tried to do what we did to Vanderbilt, keep the ball out of the offense's hands. I thought Alabama would try to do this, and I thought they'd be a little more efficient running the ball in this game. They were not. The offensive line was just getting bullied. It didn't matter if they were in pass pro or trying to run, what was going on. But South Carolina flipped the script here, and they kept the ball. They had possession more. That's kind of why this counts. But again, this Kane Womack defense, folks get in the red zone, and we held them. We stopped them. Terrible red zone offense, by the way. But oh yeah, I wonder who that is. Tobias. Wonder who that is. What's up, John? Welcome in, man. Make sure you're subscribed. John, give us a donation, man. Donate to the show right now. Here, I'm putting the link in the chat. Donate. You won't do it. Chat, tell John to donate. You guys tell him to donate. I will say this is a gritty win. This was a very gritty win. I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, I felt like Alabama, and this is something I was regurgitating that Josh Pate said in preseason. I felt like Alabama could beat teams in a lot of different ways. And they can, and they have. In a night where everything seemed to go wrong for Alabama, they got opportunistic there when it counted towards the end. You would love to see them do that the entire game. But I haven't seen Alabama play a complete game this year, so I don't expect them to moving forward. At some point in time, that's going to get you beat if you're not careful. But tonight, Alabama wins in, myocardial infarction inspiring fashion. I personally almost had a heart attack, and I feel like Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb, Kane Womack, Coach Cap owe me an apology. Now, in terms of the let's go talk to the chat a little bit. Chat, we're going to talk to you guys. So sorry, it's just me right now. So production, this is what you get. Jay Walker, they don't have the offensive line to run. I can't disagree with you. I can't argue that point. I wish I could, man. I feel like there's talent. There's enough talent for this offensive line to get better, but man, they just get bullied around. Now, mind you, South Carolina, and nobody's going to talk about this, and they're going to laugh because South Carolina's offense is bad. Missouri, Tennessee, Georgia, and even Vanderbilt, they all have pretty good defensive lines, right? So I'm not making excuses because, I mean, Alabama's offensive line was getting blown off the ball almost all night. They started to assert themselves late in the game once South Carolina started to wear down. But, yeah, I can't argue with you, man. I can't. Defense did win this game. Agreed, 100%. I started to get really nervous towards the end when we kept going 3 and out. We've seen that story before with Jalen Milroe at quarterback. Alabama's offense can't produce. Defense gets tired, right? You could see it. You could see Alabama's defense starting to get tired. But they bowed up when they needed to and got the ball back to the offense. Man, also, how about that 2-point conversion play? I'm sorry. I know we were talking about defense, but what was that? I need Ryan Grubb to be more consistent with his play calling over the game. Does anybody disagree with that? I felt like Ryan Grubb was panicking a little bit. Ty was panicking a little bit tonight. Ty Simpson still had a great game, 3 for 250, over 250 and 2 touchdowns. So great point, man. Great point. I don't, outside of trying to get the play action to work, I don't know why they're so stubborn about running up the middle. I think play action is important for what Alabama's trying to do. But right now, Alabama doesn't have a vertical attack either. We saw that missed earlier in the game. Ties nickel and diamond teams to death. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Absolutely. Hey, look, Gage, I'll tell you, they stunk it up most of the game. They picked it up when it mattered most. There's towards the end. Caden Proctor, Alabama kind of figured it out. The coaching staff figured it out and got the tackles a little bit of help. Tight ends were in there helping Chip and stuff like that. Kudos to the running backs in pass pro. Didn't Jam and Daniel Hill. It didn't really matter who was in there. They both were doing their job at the end of the game, and that's why Alabama was able to be successful getting the ball downfield and scoring. So don't laugh at me, John. Donate now. Do it. See, look at the chat. Wants you to donate. Come on, John. Come on, John. Tell him, y'all. Tell him. Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's the story of the game. I think if you want to look at this and explain what happened, you have a newly resurgent SC team with a very healthy offensive line, a motivated defense, and an exhausted Alabama team who had to go play on the road. Again, right? Alabama's played. They've played Missouri a couple of weeks ago on the road, but the majority of what they've done in the SEC slate has been at home. These guys were exhausted, man. And I think this game will it'll do two things. It'll either give them the confidence they need when they get slapped in the mouth down the road. Because what happened in week 1 when a game went like this, right? They folded, right? They couldn't make the play they needed to get back into it. This game, a little different, right? They kept punching, especially the defense. They kept punching. Coordinators weren't doing the offense any favor, but Ty Simpson stood in there. Well, I mean, he knew he knew his offensive line was collapsing, but he stayed in there making plays. Absolutely. Oh, Jeffrey, give me a thumbs up when you're ready, Jeff. Give me a big old thumbs up, buddy. It was a true battle. All right, Lance, we won't trash Formby. I can't vouch for Jeff and what he's going to say though. So, hey, Jeff. And he pops in right on that comment, of course.
Sup?
Everybody's heartbeats have returned to normal. Everybody's feeling
Lord of
calm.
mercy.
Yeah, the consensus so far with chat is that this was a very gritty win. Things did not go Alabama's way, but it means something that they were able to punch back and get a W here as opposed to week 1 against FSU.
Agreed. We would have lost that game last year. We
100%.
did lose that game in week 1.
You're absolutely right. That's a great point. I like that. Bama loses that game in 2024. Absolutely.
Excuse me. Getting my voice back.
Bro, it's okay. Dude, I'm not joking, Jeff. I started to feel lightheaded towards the first of the fourth quarter. And I was like, I need to check my blood pressure. I've had some health stuff going on.
Yeah.
Pressure was 150 over 102. And I was like, okay, I need to step away from the game. So I go step away and lay down. And I've got it playing and I can hear it, but I don't have my eyes on it.
I've had to do that before.
And then I heard Tessitore go nuts. And I looked down and Tim Keenan's laying on the football. So,
dude, I almost got my hand chopped off from my buddy's living room fan twice on the fumble and on the touchdown.
You gotta watch those living room fans.
Oh man! And then we're all in there screaming at Jesse Palmer for saying he shouldn't have taken the touchdown. We're like,
oh, I know.
What are you talking about? What?
Jesse Palmer can go kick rocks. All right, this is a good question here.
Touchdown.
Jeff, what's your take on this? I have an opinion here. But you go ahead.
I don't know. I don't have an answer for this. Rico Scott's hadn't been in the rotation, and then suddenly he's in a big road game and a tie game late in the game, being asked to make difficult catch. That wasn't a great throw.
Yeah.
So losing Lottie, we saw the effects of not having Lottie Brooks in the rotation tonight.
Sure did.
You saw that firsthand. Nothing against Rico, but he's not the starter for a reason. Right. And he hasn't been getting these reps for a reason. And then to thrust him in there, I thought that was a tough assignment. And they threw him a bunch of balls. Maybe probably had 5 or 6 targets, it felt like.
Yeah. So Ryan Williams, and that's the same question. Ryan Williams, I think, has been dealing with some mental stuff all season.
Well, he leaves his feet. Every catch, he leaves his feet. I don't understand it.
And then sometimes, man, it's just sometimes it's Ty Simpson, dude. Like,
Ty
Simpson's got
throws aren't there.
Yeah, sometimes that dude's sending him with some mustard on it. And then I think this team is just tired, dude. I mean, I'm not making an excuse for the performance, but when you really take a step back and look what they've done since the FSU game, or just the bye week, they're exhausted. You can see it. You can see it in their demeanor on their faces toward the end of that Tennessee game. These dudes were exhausted.
That's tough to go on the road and win a road SEC game at the end of a stretch like this before the bye week. When everybody's just out of gas. When Ty overthrew Jeremy on that play, I mean, my whole soul just left my body. I just collapsed into the chair I was sitting in. We were in the living room, just like, we just so mad. I was so mad at Ty. I was hollering at Ty, man. I hollered at Ty a lot tonight. Sorry, Ty.
I think everybody did.
It was in the moment. It was in the flesh, but I was hollering at Ty quite a bit.
Yeah, I didn't see this, Stephen. I didn't see this moment that you're talking about.
Ty? I didn't see that.
Was it Ty or are you talking about Ryan Williams? I think he's talking about Ryan Williams.
Oh, okay.
So
he should have been upset for dropping that pass.
Greg, I'm with you, man. I feel like
he should have left his feet. Yes, this was a huge. Oh man.
Yeah, he's talking about Ryan.
And let me tell you something. South Carolina, that number 9, that defensive end, that guy is a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Dude, that guy, that's an NFL guy right there, man.
Jeez.
Yeah. Luckily, I think I watched Oklahoma today. And they didn't look super impressive, to be honest with you.
They didn't.
LSU hasn't looked super impressive. You're going to get both teams' best effort. The team that's left that bothers me after what I saw today is Auburn, because Auburn's offense is terrible. But they're going to
defense is opportunistic, man.
And they're very good. That defense is extremely good.
Now Auburn can be had on the back end, but you've got to hold them off on the front end.
Absolutely,
that's the problem.
Absolutely, but they'll do a lot of what Lenore Sellers was doing tonight. That worked.
Yeah.
Jeff, what if I told you that Alabama only allowed 111 rushing yards? Would you believe me?
I actually would, but I would say a majority of those came on the opening drive.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, Alabama held South Carolina to 111 rushing yards. They got 222 passing yards. But I think player of the game right now positionally has got to be the defense. Defense kept Alabama
we
in
have so
that
much
game
of them today. We
Yeah,
have
they
so
held, they
much
held
of
on to
them
the
today.
lead, held on to
Oh
the
my
lead as
gosh.
long as they could, and then once South Carolina took the lead, they kept it within striking distance, and Alabama just capitalized on a turnover and ran away with it. So
How much more can we ask of them? I mean,
No,
today.
I know a lot of
man.
Dude, I joke about the 3rd and long conversions and stuff all the time, 3rd and Womack, but I mean, all season, dude, this defense when you needed them to step up. I know when you've when you needed them to step up, they have, and so yeah, this one's on the defense.
Yeah, they made the play, and I swear to God, I think if B Jamin's still in the chat, I force pushed that turnover to happen. I was like totally using my force powers at the TV to manifest that turnover, and then Deontay rips the ball out like right after that, and so I'll take credit for that. Not Deontay, it was all me.
Absolutely. So John says we got a shootout in Texas, Mississippi State, so I'm better turn that on my phone here while I'm watching, because now I can watch games and keep my blood pressure.
It was 31-21 a second ago, or not a second ago, but the last time I saw a while back. I changed clothes 3 times, Steven. I know, right? We were joking that Talty was over there on the sideline, had to change pants 3 times, just waiting to see if he's going to have to kick a field goal to win the game. Code Brown was kicking in while he was getting ready was warming up.
I'm not. Oh, Texas. I'm not even going to tell you guys where I watched the rest of this game. So you're going to be like, what? So I need a break. Feel free to send your questions. We'll be live for about another 30 minutes to chat with you. If you got questions about this game, we'd love to try to answer them for you the best we can. We don't know everything, but yeah, I'm watching. I got the Texas Mississippi State game on right now. I'm watching it. The Black Hoodie of Death
lives on.
Wait, hey, Jeff, is this true?
Yes, sir.
Is this true?
Yes. I was also watching the game with him. There's 2 guys in the chat watching the game.
Yeah, Jeff and I have a tendency to do this sometimes. We did
manifested it.
I remember the Missouri game. I was like, I had tweeted out like we haven't had a turnover since the Wisconsin game, and then literally very next play, Bama gets an interception.
Man, and we were, oh gosh, I was saying some unhealthy things at Xavier Brown when that interception dipped through his fingers, and then South Carolina got the field goal out of it. I was so furious. Oh my gosh.
Dude, that's the biggest story of what happened in this game. Lance, I'll tell you where I watched it. You want to tell you where? I'm going to tell you where I watched it. I watched it in my bathtub because I had to like calm my body down. I was like overheated and stuff, and so
there was no water in there. He was just laying in the bathtub.
I poured ice in there.
That's it.
Oh man,
that was nuts. Golly.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. You know me, Jeff. I usually try to hold on hope and go, well, we can do this, we can do that. I gave up hope on this one.
I was very bleak. I was even asking my friends, like, all right, 6-2, can we win out? We'll win the next 2 at home, the next 3 at home. Then we'll have to beat Auburn on the road to finish 10-2. And I had already been saying 6-2. So as soon as the game was over, they're like, if you're 6-2, pal, 7-1 is what we are. I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Not in the regular season. No, not in the regular season. If Alabama wins out, this is likely who I think
play them first weekend in December.
Yeah, in the SEC championship game. But let's just enjoy this one now.
In the meaningless SEC championship game.
I don't know. Me and actual like John here, we were chatting about that earlier. I don't get the game. I don't understand why it's still a thing. But
yeah, Superfly, that was nasty.
Yeah, prayers to Bo. That sucked. Where's that game at, chat? What are we looking like there? Is it over yet?
I don't even know. Yeah, what is the Vandy score?
Not that it really matters, but
that was 10-10 last I saw, I think.
Yeah.
North Carolina lost again.
Yeah, feel free to send your questions in the chat. We'll do our best to answer them. We'll answer them live for about another 30 minutes.
This I thought was Grubb's worst called game. It felt like he couldn't make any adjustments. Like he was still just running play actions and deep routes and 5-step drops where the tackles can't block those fast edges. where the only thing working was the quick throws where he would step up in the pocket and throw something quick. I just, the last of the game, Grove was phenomenal calling the plays, the end of the game there, but for a good chunk of the second half,
he leaned forward in his seat, he was like, hold on, let me lock in. Just, I don't know what he was doing.
Just like, all right, enough of this. And then we're going to move down the field and score.
It honestly, and I hate to say this, it honestly felt to me like he panicked a little bit.
Well, and then the jam runs, like would they just stuff him up the middle for a yard or none? It's like, he just didn't, that's like a wasted down. And again, we come out in the first series of the second half and go run. And then it's third down, 3rd and 4 or whatever it was. And I was like, man.
Yeah. It was frustrating. That was a very frustrating game to watch.
I would have liked to have seen a couple more toss sweeps to Daniel Hill. I thought the toss sweep to him would get him some momentum.
He said that in the chat earlier. Literally, somebody
downhill, at least fall forward 3 or 4 yards.
There we go.
5 yards if they trip you up. But
Steven's on it with you. All that aside, I want to try to keep this into perspective.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those wins that I think teams can grow from. It wasn't pretty, but Jeff, you said it as soon as you popped on live tonight. Alabama would have lost this game in 2024. Without a doubt, probably by multiple scores. They showed me something, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like
when we went down by 8, that would have been the end of that team last year.
Yeah. And there was a lot going against them today. Again, on the road, SEC. If you've never been to Williams-Brice Stadium, that's a wild place to play. Ask the 2010 team. And so,
ask Michigan. They went in there and lost to the ESU Timberwolves in 1993.
But you've got Lottie's out. You've got guys that are banged up and beat up all over the place. The team's exhausted. And they go in there and they figure out a way to win this. Probably.
Yes, I agree with this.
I just feel like he's too. I feel like there's a reason. He's probably too young. So
maybe, but like Tobias said before, man, he's a home run threat. We need a home run threat somewhere on the field other than Ryan Williams.
Hold on. I want to bring this comment up just because of the username. Real Life Families Paranormal Activity on YouTube. Do you guys do like ghost hunting and stuff? I really want to talk about this. There's a reason.
Yeah, I'm with him on this next comment too.
Hold on. We'll get back to football in just a second, guys. Hold on. This is very important. It's also spooky season. So I need to know. Tell you what, hit me up on X. Send me a DM when you can on X. Waaaay Offsides Cotton or at Ala friggin' Bama. Go ahead, Jeff. Do your thing, buddy.
He's going to go back to this too. What a beautiful play that was. My gosh.
It was.
My gosh.
So I actually watched this play on the Skycast, which was kind of cool because I was extremely confused for about 2 seconds. And then I realized what was going on. That was an amazing play. It was a great play design. You could tell Grubbs had that one in his pocket for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, waiting to use it. So
2-point conversion we've gone for all year. They just had that play waiting. And what a time.
So John's disagreeing that he feels like Grubb called a great game. I don't think he did. I don't think he disagree with you, John. I think
at the end he did, but overall, I can't give him that.
I think at the probably 3/4 of the game, his first down play calling was pretty bad.
And he's not wrong either. The players didn't execute as well.
Yeah,
combine that with suspect play calls, and you got what you got. But anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Well, you're fine. He's talking about the drop balls. I understand that's frustrating, but it's going to happen in games. It doesn't matter if this isn't the NFL. Players are going to drop balls. You don't want them to. But yeah, anyway, Texas is tired.
And Ty made bad throws. Ty missed several throws tonight that he's not missed all year. Missed them bad. And you're just not used to seeing that from Ty. He's the ball to Germ that he overthrew that would have been a touchdown. I mean, he fired that 1,000 miles an hour. There was no touching the ball.
Not Bigfoot. Not Bigfoot. I live in Lance. I live in one of the most quote unquote haunted places in America, and there's a whole bunch of like that kind of stuff down here. And so
Steven's right on his comment here too. The Proctor run from the 4-yard line, that was.
I told you guys at some point that junk wasn't going to work.
But
and it's funny. But it's a novelty. It's not something we need to be doing in like serious situations with a game on the line.
75 missed the block on that play, and that's who blew up Proctor. That's
75. 75
he was playing left tackle on that play and did not. I don't think he touched anyone.
Hey, roll Tide. If you're not subscribed,
Long Island. Go Yankees from Long Island. If you're up in Long Island, go Yankees.
Okay, I need you to.
There's one Yankee fan in the chat.
Yeah, I need you to send me a DM on Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, send me a DM, or you can. Here, I'll put our email address in the.
Is he one of the Bagginses from Lord of the Rings? From Hobbiton?
Hobbiton. Hold on.
Baggins.
These are our email addresses. You can just email me.
Yes,
there.
but Proctor from the 4-yard line is not the answer. He's like, that's like from the 1 foot line. If it's second and goal from the 1 foot line, then let him just fall forward, but not from the 4. You're asking him to like run.
Yeah. Apparently Arch Manning just died. According in the chat.
Oh, well, the Matthew Caldwell is in now, but they're on the 5-yard line.
Who that is?
Who that is?
Who that is?
Arch hurt. Okay. 75 Dingleberry.
Really quick. There are. That's what I was laughing.
71.
There are
380.
There are 382 of you watching right now. That is fantastic.
Hey.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. You have plenty of Alabama content to choose from, to consume after an Alabama W, and we thank you for choosing Waaaay Offsides with 4 A's. Do me a favor, if you're over on X, go ahead really quick, shoot over to YouTube. It only takes a second. Find the channel, Waaaay Offsides with 4 A's, never 3, never 5, 4, just like in the word Alabama, and hit the subscribe button for us. It will help us out. We do a ton of content, live shows every Thursday night.
Do it.
Do it. We try to keep it light and fun. Miami beating Miami. What's that score there, Steven?
Oh, Texas just scored, or was he out of bounds?
I don't know. You're ahead of me. Stop it. Agreed, Raphael. Thank gosh, man. We got to this second bye week. I think he was out. We got to the second bye week with 1 loss. It is time to heal up, rest up, and get ready to finish out this last fourth of the season. I think Bama's got everything in front of them. They do, and a lot of people are going to look at this game and laugh and poke fun at Alabama. The real story here is what I've said. Like, I think this team, I think they've kind of forgotten a little bit what happened in week 1, and they needed a game like this to kind of remind them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
You need games like this during the season. If on a championship run, you've got duds that you have to figure out a way to win games that you bring a dud effort. That's a good question, Brad. I don't know. UJ or Texas A&M. If we get, that's a tough one. At least UGA is a familiar, the familiar foe.
Right now, looking at Texas A&M's schedule,
better the enemy you know than the enemy you don't.
Yeah, that's true. They've got LSU tonight, who I think they're going to beat. They've got Missouri coming up. They're going to win that game. They don't have Pribula. South Carolina and then Texas. I think A&M wins out, man. I think A&M wins out. So if Alabama wins out, Texas A&M wins out. That's your SEC championship game.
You think A&M's going to go undefeated?
Yeah, they've got Texas. I just freaking took it off. South Carolina, Texas, Missouri, who now doesn't have their starting quarterback, and somebody else, Samford, I think. So
I don't think anybody's going undefeated, but we'll see.
Dude, that's a touchdown.
Somebody's going to get A&M. It's LSU's going to get them tonight.
I don't think so. It's already 7-0.
Is it already 7-0 A&M?
Yeah.
Like I said, LSU, never a doubt.
Hey, 400 of you watching. Welcome into Waaaay Offsides. This is your favorite source for Alabama.
Go to YouTube and hit subscribe.
Here on YouTube. Yeah, if you're not watching on YouTube, the majority of you are watching on Twitter. Go ahead and head over to YouTube and give us a big like and subscribe, man. It helps the channel out. This is something we do after every game. We hop in and just kind of chill with the fam, the online fam, and just chat about the game, other games that are going on. Do that for about an hour or so. This is pretty low key, but our Thursday night shows are a pretty good time. Sometimes the chat gets a little sideways, which is that's why we love them. That's why we love them. And then all week long, you can catch shorts and uploads of game analysis and things like that. We do a lot of recruiting news, talk to recruits, things like that. I think Alabama, the word on the street is Bama's pushing really hard to flip a 5-star defensive player right now who was actually at tonight's game. So that's just what I'm hearing. Let's see. We got anybody? Give me if you're new here. If you're new here, give me a big roll tide. Yeah, Raphael, I get a lot of jokes from people I know who see the shorts because of the way I do like the little face pop up thing. And then I walk around all the time and people are like, "Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be."
Whatever the case may be.
Yeah. I'll tell you where I got that from. I actually got that from an epidemiology professor in college who used to upload lectures, and he doesn't know what time of day you're going to watch it. So that's how he would intro his lecture. And I stole it from him.
I'm with Kelly. Yeah, we didn't survive. We won that game.
But
now we get a bye week and 3 straight home games. So the fact that we came through that stretch undefeated, that stretch we just came through to get to this bye week, we came through undefeated. That is incredible. That's coach of the year stuff right there. That's coach of the year stuff right there.
And here's the thing. Here's the great thing. Because of the games Alabama has left, and I know everybody's going to scoff at Auburn, but folks understand that is a serious rivalry game on the road.
Not in Jordan Hare. Don't scoff at anyone in Jordan Hare.
But Alabama's got wiggle room now.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we don't want them to lose a game in these last 4, but they can comfortably. Alabama right now, probably tomorrow, once tonight, is going to have like a 93% chance of making the college football playoff. They were almost at 90% chance going into this weekend. Because of that win today, they're going to be allowed one more, and they'll still be in. Auburn absolutely will be tough.
That is going to be
today will help them be better prepared for that game. I think today's game is going to serve a purpose down the road. Also, it might reignite a fire under some butts. So,
Cotton, that game in Jordan Hare is going to resemble this game we just watched. It's going to be very similar.
And I posted that on X, and a lot of people were like, "Why are you talking about Auburn right now?" Because everybody's mad and they want somebody to be mad at, so they're being mad at me. But that was my point in saying that is like this game will prepare Alabama for that environment.
Because unless you don't have the defensive end speed that South Carolina or Auburn has, that's why we're not comparing these games. Plus, these next games are at home. Oklahoma got exposed today.
Lance is. It's funny you said that. That just popped up. Lance is right.
Exactly.
I've been really high on Oklahoma. I watched them. I watched that full game today. Golly, that quarterback just got
roll tide. Greg, welcome to the show.
Yeah, Greg's been in here for a minute. Greg said,
okay.
Yeah, he said he had heart surgery.
That was the roll tide answer. My bad. I thought that was the roll tide answer.
He said he had heart surgery, and this game wasn't great for him. I understand. No,
agreed.
It's not going to be a
cakewalk.
Yeah, definitely not going to be a cakewalk. That pass rush will be in our backfield a lot. That's going to be the best pass rush we play moving forward. So,
but that game's at home, and so I like we play way different at home.
Sure, absolutely. Chat, do me a favor. I want to know something. I want to know who your favorite player is in this 2025 team. And don't say Ryan Williams. I'm just kidding. You can't say Ty Simpson. Outside of Ty Simpson, who's your favorite player on this Alabama team this year? Put it in the chat. Tell us below. I want to see something. I'm doing some research. Yeah, dude, James, absolutely. We've been talking about that.
Yeah,
about 20 minutes, man. You're not kidding. You could tell they're exhausted, dude. This came at a perfect time. This win is a win. It's a good win. Let's get to the bye week. I feel good about it. I really do.
Well, and our offense didn't do our defense any favors. 3 straight 3-and-outs in the third quarter. Literally nothing in the first half. That pick six by Damon Jones was huge.
Deshaun.
Deshaun, I meant. I was thinking basketball player, old basketball player Damon Jones. But yeah, Deshaun Jones, that was huge. Turns out that was a huge score. Difference in the game, matter of fact.
Yeah. Can y'all guess my favorite player on this team? I want to see if they can guess my favorite player on this team. Jeff, you can probably guess who it is. You want to guess?
It's hard to pick a favorite player.
We talk about a lot of them.
I mean, there's one. Everyone's playing so good this year. Also, shout out to Derek Meadows. I saw him in the game today, so shout out to him. That was good to see him back in the game.
This is one of my favorites. Justin Jefferson's up there.
42 is really ascending my.
That's Beyonce Pierre. Nikhil Green's been playing pretty well too. And so, Hubbard
he missed a few tackles tonight, but yeah,
John. Yeah, it's okay.
Jerm has saved our butt multiple times this year. We would have lost 3 games by now if not for him.
Absolutely. Ooh, Mississippi State with a 4th and 20.
I'm looking at this.
Nice ball game. Mr. Dependable. I did a whole video, and this is what it was entitled. And it was about none other.
He's going to die. Oh, my gosh.
Did he get killed?
Wrong way, dude. He threw the ball the wrong way.
He could have had a Tua moment, man. 4th and 20. Oh, cooked.
Right, that's it for
cooked.
Texas.
Cooked.
We picked Mississippi State to win that game, didn't we?
Yeah, I did. Dang it.
I think I did too.
Right. That's all right. That's okay.
I think I did too.
That's okay. That's all right. We were close.
Yes, Germ is big time. Although that one deep ball tied through, he quit running after it, and when he tried to jump with one hand, and the ball went over his head. It's like he ran half speed in the last 10 yards of that route, and the ball went over his head.
Yeah.
I don't know if he misjudged it in the air. I don't know why Ryan Williams leaves his feet on every catch. I don't think he has to dive and make every catch.
Because he did it.
That one he dropped, he was already going to the ground when he was reaching out to catch it. Like he was already falling to the ground, which is why he dropped it.
Yeah. Sometimes habits are really, really hard to break. I would imagine that Coach Shep has tried to work with him on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, C-Dub? This is something that was really, really irking me all night. I'm not one to usually complain about officiating, but man, can we please get a PI at some point in time? Bama wasn't getting anything out there on those islands, man. They were getting draped by those corners. It was extremely frustrating, dude.
Some of them we didn't even bother getting upset because we knew it was a pass interference, and then we look up and it's like 4th and 10. I'm like, well, hold on a second. He just walked up him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So the guy calling the penalties looked like he'd never been more unsure of anything in his life. Every penalty that he would announce, he looked like he's never been more unsure of anything.
Well, they're probably terrified now, man.
He was just like
suspended,
what is it again? What? He kept looking over his buddies over here, and they're like, "Oh, just say it."
Yeah. Yeah, Keith, I'm with you. I think he does have anxiety issues. I think he does.
It was just weird.
Tre'Davious Green scores to tie it up with Texas A&M.
Yeah, I just saw that. So he's like the 9-foot tall guy. Yeah, and he out jumps somebody in the end zone.
Yeah,
that's what you do with your tall receivers down there.
Yeah. Auburn has their only 2 top 100 recruits at that game right now visiting LSU.
But what a gutsy win, man. Hope we're on the plane on the way back already. Don't bother showering. Shower back in Tuscaloosa. Just get on the plane. Get the fart out of Columbia, please.
It's got to feel good, though, for Coach DeBoer. I mean, that's the kind of win as a coach you're proud of.
Yeah.
You're really proud of. I mean, again.
Absolutely.
Week 1, they kept getting punched in the mouth, and they just never countered. They were trying. You could see it, man. They were scratching and clawing this entire game. And the first opportunity they actually got to come back, and flip the script, they did. So,
and we were getting whipped offensively. They were whipping us like everywhere.
Next time,
Raphael, they were whipping us at the point of attack. They were whipping us in the back end. They were whipping us in the front end.
Yeah, it was frustrating. One of those games where everything, every now and again, Alabama has a game where every single thing that can go wrong goes wrong.
And we were there, even in the group text. It was like, this is one of those games where anything that can go wrong is going wrong. The
Yeah,
muffed
roll
punt,
tide
I
rifle.
mean, it's just like I thought it was over then. When we muffed that punt, I thought South Carolina was going to walk it in for
Did too.
just easy.
I did too.
It took them a
we
few
held
plays,
field
but
goal
they
right
did
there,
get it
right?
in there. But it took them a few
Oh,
plays
did they
after
score? I
that
can't remember.
muff.
I've
Yeah,
already
just
forgotten.
So. Well, and on the punt, at first look, I need to go back and watch this replay. I thought that Cole should have taken charge of that punt. Like Wade run up with a fair catch and run up and caught it instead of waving everybody off and letting it hit. I thought that he should have run up and waved fair catch and tried to catch that punt. And
he was trying to wave
even in the play.
He was trying to wave Bach and let him know, like, to get out of the daggone way. And of course,
yeah. So it was Bach should never even been in the way. But I thought that Cole should have run up and fielded that punt, like fair caught it and just caught it, just fielded the punt.
There's a part of me that wonders.
Maybe he couldn't have.
There's a part of me that wonders if Bach's a good fit for this team. You know what I mean? I don't really.
They can't find a position for him.
Yeah, what's his role in moving forward? Like, why is he here?
It's like we need him somewhere with a ball in his hand, but I don't know where that is. He's an electric player.
Hey, look. Sorry, Jeff. At the half, when they interviewed him, he was stuttering, and I was like, "Uh-oh." I was like, "Here we go. He's back to stuttering and bumbling. We're in trouble."
Yeah, we're in deep.
He'll be fiery this week. He'll be pretty fiery this week.
But it cannot be overlooked at how tough. I don't know why we all pick blowouts on this show.
I think we're just trying to do something different, man.
Trying to do something different, but it was like that was a tough game to win at the end of a stretch like that when your team's beat up and tired.
I think we're used to Alabama coming back from a loss and just beating the brakes off of everybody. And even us who talk about Kalen DeBoer and this new staff all the time sometimes struggle to realize that this isn't a Nick Saban coach team. You know what I mean? I think fans struggle with that too. They expect to be beating South Carolina's 63-0. Well, first and foremost, that's not college football anymore. And then secondly, this isn't a Nick Saban coach team. Alabama's not as deep as they were back then. And so I would not be surprised if South Carolina upsets. Let's see the rest of their schedule really quick. I wouldn't be surprised if they upset somebody along the way. And I'm going to pick it right now. They've got Ole Miss coming up. And then they've got Texas A&M, Coastal Carolina, Clemson. They'll win the last two. I would not be surprised if they were to beat an Ole Miss or a Texas A&M. Both of those games are at home. I wouldn't be shocked if it happened. It's not likely, but
A&M is running the table. They're going to trip up against somebody, and that's one that could be, especially if
which would mean if we went out, if that happened and we won out, that means we'd get Georgia again, right? Or would we get Ole Miss? No, we'd get Georgia again.
No, we'd get Georgia. If Georgia wins out,
then
we'd get Georgia. Oh, this A&M quarterback's running all over the place.
Oh,
unless that was a replay. Oh, that must have been a replay.
Well, he's one of those. So, me neither, Keith. And that's look, parity is great in college football now. This is more like the NFL than it's ever been. That's why you have as many upsets as you do. Ultimately, it's good for the sport. It's not great for fans of traditional powerhouse teams because you have to change your expectation. And I think Alabama fans struggle with that. And it's understandable, but everything works on a curve. Eventually, some teams and staffs will figure this new era of college football out, and they'll dominate, and then they'll make new rules and change new things so that the parity comes back.
Ever-changing cycle.
Yeah, everything works on a curve. So
it does.
Great
win, though. I mean, you got to win games like that on the way to a chip. You got to win games like that.
Yeah, Bama had plenty of them in Saban years. And so I think this game will, again, to Jeff's point, I think the Iron Bowl will look a lot like what we saw today, and this game will help this team.
Absolutely.
That was a gritty win. And Jeff, I think he said it perfect. Again, if this game was in 2024, they don't win it. So I'm here for it. Hey, chat, do me a favor. 450 of you watching. The majority of you are watching over on X. Go go ahead and go over to YouTube. I know it's a lot. Nobody wants to leave X because X is so addictive. I get it. But go over to YouTube and just subscribe to the channel. It's easy to find, Waaaay Offsides. I'll even put the link down in the chat below for you. Go over there and subscribe to the channel for us. It's 400 and something of you on X, so I expect 400 and something new subs
now.
Show.
Right now.
30 seconds, go.
No.
I'm not going to sit here and
No.
If you're watching this after the fact, go do the same thing. All right,
please do then. Yes.
So,
we love it.
All right, Jeff, I think that's pretty good. We're almost at an hour. We'll go watch some football the rest of the night. Enjoy our families. I hope you all do the same.
I get some life, a couple of years back on my life.
Yeah, seriously, man. I'm gonna go eat some kale and I don't know something.
The Debo ball is not gonna be good for my blood pressure.
Yeah, but eat some kale, drink some water, and take a baby aspirin.
And sleep till Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Doing some stuff with the family tomorrow, but I will get some content out for you. It'll be later in the day. I know some of you like that we post content on Sundays, but yeah, usually later in the afternoon because it's Sunday. And so, no, Lance, no, not yet. That's funny. Thanks, Bama girl. We appreciate you. Thank you, Keith.
Girl. Appreciate you, Keith.
Screw the Dodgers.
Can't believe I'm rooting for the Blue Jays. I got to root for.
I know, seriously.
Canadian. I can't believe this.
Canadian team, bro.
I can't believe this.
Absolutely ridiculous. So,
congratulations, universe.
Steven, I'm going to answer this question really quick. Yes. Bama's working on a 5-star flip. This is the word I have. It is not Anthony Jones, but it is a defensive player. They were at the game tonight. We'll see if it actually happens. This is just what I was told. I trust my source, but they've been wrong before. So we'll see what happens. You can probably figure out who I'm talking about. But all right, guys, thanks for hanging around. Chickens, y'all are ridiculous, dude. All right, as always, you know the drill. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down. Beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. 2 more to go, guys. Two more out of those 3 to go. Beat Oklahoma, Eastern Illinois as well. Roll Tide. Have a wonderful rest of your college football Saturday and a safe weekend.